if I really truly understood the power of food and truly understood that exercise is not a way to address my weight problem, because it would have been so much easier to really grasp that concept at 25 years old, 20 years ago than it is. I'll tell you, there are a lot of people, have never heard of anyone say, well, I'm glad I waited till I was 67 in order to do Code Red. I'm Cristy Code Red, and you're listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle, where we believe food holds the power to heal or poison, and we believe our society has been misled regarding proper nutrition and weight loss. You're in the right place if you're looking for some straight up truth, because I'm here to shed light on the lies and brainwashing that has taken place over the past 5 decades. Thanks so much for listening. Welcome back to another episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer, and I'm here with Carrie.
Hello. Super excited to be here. Love podcasting. And I missed a couple in the middle. I mean, some of you may notice I missed a couple. They were good though. I listened to them anyway with Cristy.
I always wonder if you listen to mine when it's just me. Okay.
Yeah. I listen to them. My favorite time to listen to podcasts, and I'm sure a lot of listeners can relate, just teasing, is in the chicken barn in the morning while we're sweeping. I have one earphone, one AirPod in, and I listen to a podcast every morning. And so on Wednesday mornings, it's always Code Red. Otherwise, it's Joyce Meyer or New York Times or something where I can catch up on the news and, get it in a half an hour and then be done for the day. Don't have to listen to the rest of the crappy news.
Well, with when Wednesdays, usually on Wednesdays, I'm at the cabin. So I have one ear in as well. And I'm just sitting in front of the fire and I can do other things and listen at the same time. And I'm really content. I don't know, because, it might sound weird to you guys that we listen to our own podcast, but it actually helps encourage us just like it helps encourage you. I mean, if you don't need it, we'll preach to ourselves.
I mean, absolutely. Like Joyce Meyer goes, maybe I'm just preaching to myself today. I love when she says that. Now you got both of us listening to Joyce Meyer all the time. So you're going to be in trouble.
Now we're going to get doubly quote. We're going to doubly quote her,
But she'll say something that nobody wants to hear and no one will clap. And then she'll say, maybe I'm just preaching to myself. And I'm like, yeah, Joyce, we're hearing you. We're hearing you.
Yeah, we're hearing you. Exactly.
We're with you. So maybe this will be, Cristy, no one will clap on this one today.
Right. Right. No one will clap. That's okay, because we're talking today about it never gets easier. And it's so funny to me because we all do it. We all say it. We all say, well, I'll just start tomorrow, or well, I'll get this under control. Hey, listen, Rewrote, one of our former certified coaches, we lost close to 100 pounds on Code Red, and Ree does not mind. I've been friends with Ree before Code Red, and I'll be friends with Ree after Code Red. So she doesn't mind me saying this because she said this publicly. She said when she left coaching, she was maintaining her, 80-pound weight loss with no problem. And then she said it started to sneak back on because she started to let sugar in her house. And she said it'd be 5 pounds. Well, I'll just take care of that next week. And then it was 15 pounds. Oh, I'll just start first of the month. Oh, I'll get back on. And pretty soon it turned out to be the whole 100 pounds back on. And she kept saying that, well, I'll take care of it. So we all say we're going to take care of it Monday. We're going to start whenever. And guys, I'm telling you, first of all, you ain't going to do that. Second of all, it ain't getting no easier.
And isn't this true with everything in life, Cristy? Like if you're laying in bed and you have to go pee, not a lot. I mean, I don't know who's going to relate. I don't think Cristy gets up at night and goes pee very much.
I do one time. Yes.
One time. Okay. Well, I got you beat by about 10. No, I'm just teasing. Mine's not that bad, but, have you ever laid there, Cristy, and had to go pee and then been like, well, I'll just try to fall back asleep a little bit and get up and go pee. It's not going to be any easier in a half an hour. You're still going to have to go pee. It's the same thing with jumping in a cold pool. It's the same thing with getting up and switching the laundry over. It's the same thing with going ahead and cleaning out underneath the sink where it's a mess, or organizing that gift closet, or folding your laundry. It doesn't get any easier just because you waited. And I don't understand why we as humans do this procrastinating baloney. We do it with our health. We do it with working out. We do it with everything.
Carrie, you and I had this conversation around Thanksgiving. Carrie's got 4 kids, 3 girls and a boy. And we have the 3 of the 4 kids are grown adults, and then one of them is 11. And so the 3 grown children, they all turned out great. One of them has a master's degree in biology. She's a microbiologist, and she wants to go on and get her PhD if she chooses to. It'd be fairly easy for her. She's just so amazing. One of them, the Chase, is an entrepreneur. He already has investments. He's built houses. He's just amazing. You know, he converted an old school bus into an Airbnb. Like, he's just amazing. And the third one, she works for herself. She has 3 dogs. She's very responsible. She's got her bills all paid off. And we were talking about the kids, Carrie and I were. And I said to Carrie, I think we were talking about Courtney or Ellie or something. And I said to Carrie, you know what? If Courtney wanted to do it right now or maybe we're saying Ellie, if she wanted to do it right now would be the time, because it's not going to get any easier from here.
Right. And it's the point is, we were talking about Ellie going to nursing school. If Ellie decides she wants to go that way, I think she's thinking about a police officer, and she has lots of interests, which is fine. You can do that when you're 23. You can have have a million interests. Who cares? But we were saying that if you're going to go to nursing school, like, now's when it's the easiest, before you have kids, before you have commitments, before you have a house payment, before you have student loan payments. You know, it doesn't get any easier than it does right now at 23. The problem is, you can't tell a 23-year-old that. I wish I would have gone to medical school when I was 21, 22, 23. Like, I look back now and I definitely should have gone to medical school and done all that, but that's fine. You know, my life took a different turn, and that's fine. I've still gotten to do a lot of things I wanted, but it would have been easier, honestly, had I never gotten married, had never had kids, and just gone to undergraduate, then gone and become a doctor. Like, that would have been, and not that it's easy, but it would have been easier than waiting till I had 2 kids and going through nursing school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think about Code Red, and I think, you know, I was 35 when I started Code Red. And I think, and now at 45 years old, I'm healthier now than I was at 25. And I wish so bad I would have known about Code Red when I was 25, because I would have, if I really truly understood the power of food and truly understood that exercise is not a way to address my weight problem, because it would have been so much easier to really grasp that concept at 25 years old, 20 years ago, than it is. I'll tell you, there are a lot of people, have never heard of anyone say, well, I'm glad I waited till I was 67 in order to do Code Red. Well, I'm glad I waited till I was in my 60s, or I'm glad I waited no, I wish I would have known about Code Red back when I was 20, because It doesn't get easier. Yes, you can do it in your 60s. You can do it in your 70s. You can do it at any age, but it certainly doesn't get easier as you get older to tackle that weight problem.
Oh, I have never had anyone, you're right. I'm thinking back over all the people we've coached. I've never had anyone say, I'm glad I waited till the kids were out of the house. I'm glad I waited till I was done with school. And Cristy, yet daily, we hear these excuses out of people daily. The time is now. The time is not after the first of the year. The time is not on Monday morning after you've eaten whatever you want all weekend long. The time is not after you get done with this treatment, after you get out of this relationship, after you get this kid off to college, after you finish this college course, after you get this certification, after you make star seller for Tupperware. Let's be honest. Cristy, I'm telling you, I could have sold some Tupperware.
Kira, you pulled out some old school with that one.
I know. It's not like when you get the pink Cadillac. The time is now. The time is now. It's easier to get out of bed and take your little bladder full to the bathroom and pee and get back in bed and go to sleep than it is to fall asleep for 45 more minutes and wake back up and still have to go pee. It's the same concept. It's the same concept. It's just easier to start it now. And I don't know if people think, Cristy, like, are they going to get more enjoyment? Just one last bite, one last ride, you're either every day working towards your goal or you're coming away from your goal. It's steps towards or it's steps away from. There's really not a place in health where treading water gets you anywhere. I have found that to be true. People are like, well, I just can't focus on that. Well, then you're going backwards. No, you're either swimming forward or you're going back, treading water. I just don't find a place for that. People don't tread water very well. They wear themselves out trying to maintain this status instead of just eating whatever you want or moving forward into taking your life back.
You can't wait for the world to catch up. You can't wait for the world to be ready for you, because it ain't never going to be ready. If there's always going to be something, there always will be donuts in the hospital break room, because patients bring in junk food as a way to try to reward or say thank you to the doctors and nurses and staff who take care of their loved one. There's always going to be the cake pops and the caramel macchiatos in the drive-thru. There's always going to be in the teacher's lounge. There's always going to be chips and crap in the teacher's lounge. The world, you can't wait for the world to catch up with you. You have got to make the decision to move forward. It just ain't getting easier. It's not.
There's always going to be a Christmas, a Halloween, a Thanksgiving, a birthday, an anniversary, a Valentine's Day. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but these come around every year. So the sooner you learn to deal with them, and the sooner you learn to walk past Sally's bowl full of candy M&Ms, then the sooner your life can move forward. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I can't tell you the number of people that say to me, well, I'm just waiting until after the holidays. Why? So you can be fatter. And yes, I can say fatter. I can say fatter because I was fatter. I can use the F word, Cristy. The podcasting guys are like, bleep, bleep. I can say the F word. So so at what point there's always going to be another holiday coming up. There's always going to be a Boy Scout caramel corn drive.
Right.
Girl Scout cookies. Guess what? Every year they sell them every year. So Betty, Sally, Karen, if you don't learn how to deal with the Girl Scout cookies this year, you're going to be dealing with it next year. Yeah. And do you want to be 20 pounds lighter, or do you want to be 20 pounds heavier because the Girl Scouts are coming? They're relentless. They're like religious pushers. Advocates. They go door to door no matter what. No, I actually think they're not allowed to go door to door anymore because of problems, and they want the girls to stay safe, but they'll be in your office. Don't worry.
On a sidebar, I noticed that Jehovah's Witnesses don't come to my door anymore, but Carrie, I got a Jehovah's Witness letter in the mail.
Wow. They're targeting you
so they're starting to direct mail me. Isn't that crazy?
The Watchtower.
Oh my gosh. So, and I know what you're thinking. Listen to this. You're thinking to yourself, my son got a DUI and we're going to court on Tuesday. If I can, we've got an attorney. If I can just get through Tuesday, then I'll start. But I promise you, I hope to the good Lord, this never happens again with the son's DUI. But I can promise you, after the son's DUI gets cleared up in court, there is gonna be something else. Heaven forbid, but that is just, I hope it doesn't happen. I really hope it doesn't happen. But you can't wait for that kind of crap to pass in order for you to get your health under control. You have to learn how to deal with your health and your weight through the problems. The problems will be there. It even says in the Bible that the problems will be there. So you can't just wait for that problem to be over, because there's another problem waiting around the corner for you.
Right. And then years go by and nothing changes and you're still miserable and sick. But I will say, Cristy, that this just occurred to me, and this may be helpful for some of our listeners. If you are feeling overwhelmed by whatever is going on in your life, if you are feeling overwhelmed by the DUI, the family, the holidays, I would suggest to you, and this has worked a lot for people, is what can you change? So what can you do little? Like today, if you're overwhelmed and you're drinking Coke all day long and eating M&Ms and loaves of bread flying around your house, you driving with a French loaf under your arm, a thing of butter while you're driving. Like, I don't know what's going on in your life. What can you do? You don't have to change everything. Don't be overwhelmed. So can you drink your water today? You know how many people I've said that to, Cristy, over the years that I've been working for you? Betty, I know you're overwhelmed. Can you drink your water today? Well, yeah, I can drink my water. That's easy. I just fill it up and drink it. Okay. So just today, I want you to drink your water. So those of you that are listening to me that are overwhelmed by your life situation and you're having trouble getting back on track, I would ask you, can you just drink your water today? Can you just do that? Can you just eat off the list just for today? That's it. I'm not asking you to, I would love it if you would throw out all the crap. I would love it if you would, start weighing yourself and all that, but if you're overwhelmed, so instead of just saying, forget it, I'm not going to do any laundry, can you put one load of laundry in? Same idea. Can you just eat off the list today? Can you do that for me? And I think that maybe taking it in smaller chunks, especially if you're emotionally overwhelmed with what's ever going on in your life, that will give you a sense of accomplishment, but you don't have to do 100% of everything Code Red right this very moment.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And a lot of people are like, I'm an all or nothing girl. I'm an all or nothing girl. And they say that all the time. And like, I'm all in, or I ain't doing none of it. But you don't realize how much just drinking your water. Carrie had a friend who lost her dad tragically about 4 months ago from the time we're recording this. And she was struggling, and she said, and Carrie said, how about you just drink your water today? Mm-hmm. Stop trying to take, this is why New Year's resolutions fail. I wrote a book called New Year's Resolutions Suck, because people try to like do way too many things at once and they can't keep it up. You got to pick 2 things that you know you can do. I know, Carrie and I know we have total confidence that you can take your Code Red water bottle and fill it up 3 times today and put your HydroCharge in it. Shake, shake, shake. Can you do that? Can you take the good, yummy fruit punch or the pink lemonade and put it in there? Could you just have 3 of these bottles today? You know, could you just turn your phone off and go to bed 30 minutes earlier? Yep. Don't try to do everything. I love that takeaway, sis. Don't try to do everything, but you would be surprised how just the water will really help you not only feel better, keep the headaches away, keep the hunger away, help flush the toxins, but help give you that sense of, wow, give you a little confidence back. I actually did something. I kept my word to myself for once.
Well, it empowers people knowing that they can do something like you said. So for a week, just drink your water until you feel a little bit less overwhelmed. And then the next week, that's why we have the 7-day reset that a program Cristy has. That's excellent. It's just baby steps. It is baby steps. We'll probably get you guys information on how to do that, but it's baby steps. The next day, just eat off the list. Don't worry about the rules. Don't go crazy. Don't throw out, like we've always talked about, the man in our church that God told him throw out his TV, because it's evil. Don't throw out your TV. You don't have to do all that. Just do what you can this week, because it will not get any easier right now than you drinking your water, than right now you just eating off the Code Red approved food list. That's it. Don't eat after 6:30, week 3. That's all I'm asking. Just don't eat late at night. Can you not snack late at night? No, you don't have to do things. We don't have to yell at everyone in the house. We don't have to throw Brussels sprouts at their heads and scream at them with mayonnaise. And, we can just keep it calm, low key. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with the idea of a massive overhaul in your eating, then just start with the little things. But it isn't going to get any easier than it is right now. And that's truly, truly it is something that we have seen people do. And guess what? When people come to us after, I'm doing quotes for those of you who can't see me, after the new year, after the graduation, after the party, guess what? People are not any more prepared to take their life back at that moment than they would have been 3 weeks ago. Truth be told.
When they're living in their RV because they're building their house, and they say, oh, if I can just get moved into my new house, my new kitchen, then I'll start Code Red because it'll be so much easier. I'm cooking in a little tiny RV kitchen. I'm telling you, if we've seen it once, we've seen it 1,000 times. They get moved into that beautiful, and they've got granite and they've got stainless steel and it's big and it's got beautiful lights. And then they're going to say, as soon as the carpet guy gets the carpet installed, I'll be able to start Code Red. And then they'll say, you know what? My mother-in-law is living with us, so she's going to be out in 3 months, and then I'll start. I'm telling you, it's always going to be something. And you're just going to have to always. It never calms down. It never evens out. It never goes away. It's always going to be something, whether you're retired, whether you're raising kids, whether you're childless like me. My gosh. Something's going to happen. You might as well learn to deal with those somethings without using food, alcohol, or sugar to deal with it.
Do you know one of the reasons that now we don't advocate exercise as a way to lose weight on Code Red. You guys know that. Anybody that's been listening to us for any amount of time. But daily exercise is something that Cristy and I both have incorporated into our life. Cristy, do you know what keeps me going to the gym every day, other than feeling great and being strong and liking to feel fit for my life? What keeps me going back to the gym every day is how hard it is to get in shape. It is so much better just to keep going than to have to start over, y'all. So if you are still doing Code Red in any form, shape, or fashion, I would encourage you to just keep maintaining what you're doing, because it is so much easier to go ahead and just build on what you already have as a foundation of Code Red than to start over. If I miss a couple of days of the gym, it will be okay. If I even miss a week, it's going to be okay, because I'm going to get back. But if I miss a month, it's going to suck. So the longer you guys let it go, the harder it is to go back to where you were. And I would ask you to look at the reasons that you're telling yourself for not taking your eating back, and ask yourself, is this a lie? Is this a story I'm telling myself? Am I putting this off? And really sit down and have a heart to heart with yourself, only you. Because trust me, the people around you are going to be like, yeah, no, you're right, Karen. Things are crazy with your son. Things are crazy with your husband. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. And don't nobody going to say, that sounds like an excuse to me. People don't do that. But I think it's time for you to kind of maybe do a little self-reflection, a little journaling, and say, are these excuses or are these valid reasons? And is it really going to be any easier in 3 weeks once Halloween is passed and the candy bowl is gone?
Yeah. Yeah. Cause Thanksgiving's coming, and then it's going to be Christmas, and then it's going to be Valentine's Day, and then it's going to be Easter, and then it's going to be freaking 4th of July. And then it's going to, and we just continue to go around the sun over and over and over. And what, like Carrie, in the Code Red Network, I go live, often. At the time that we're recording this, I'm going live 3 times a week, and I want to be there for people, because today is December 23rd. So it's Christmas Eve. And in this morning's live, a girl said, she got on there and she said, you know what? She said, I had lost 92 pounds with you. I had gained some back. And I'm so sick of it. I recommitted yesterday. So here it is, 2-3 days before Christmas, and she recommitted. I mean, anybody else could have said, I'll wait until after Christmas. I'll wait until December 26th. They're all, this year Christmas is falling on a Saturday. Well, I'll wait until Monday. I mean, it's brewed perfectly for a big bucket of excuses. And you know what? I didn't get mad at her for saying I fell off, I gained weight back. I said, oh, Patty, or whatever her name was, I am so proud of you. Against all odds, she stopped and she said, I am sick of it right now. I don't care who's coming over to my house. I don't care what potluck we're having at church. I don't care what the kids have got going on. My change starts right now, because it ain't getting no easier.
That is awesome. And you know, what is the difference between somebody who gets 5 pounds over their goal and decides to do it, or somebody who weighs 600 pounds? There isn't much difference, Cristy, except for where we draw the line. I have said this for years. I know this is an unpopular statement that I make. No one likes to hear it, but there's not much difference between me at my weight and the 600-pound people or the 1,000-pound women that are on TLC. It's all about where you draw the line. It's all about how long you wait to get up off the couch and go change over the clothes. It's all about how long you wait before you go and you start drinking your water in the morning. That's the only difference, where they draw the line. People that are 600 pounds draw their line in a different spot. Well, as long as they don't have to cut me out of my house, I'm okay. That's a sad life. Or as long as I don't have to take insulin every day, some of people say. Well, as long as I can still walk, I'm okay. As long as I can still give myself a bath, I'm okay. The only difference is where we draw that line, because everyone comes to that point where they draw that line and say, here and no more. So I'm asking you, all of our listeners, to decide, where are you going to draw that line before it gets to that point? Decide that you're going to make a difference before it gets to that point, because days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into year. And before you know it, years have gone by and you still have not taken your life back. And it's just, I think we're passionate about it because we see it every day, Cristy. Every day we see this.
A few years ago, I rode what's called Ride the Rockies, and Miles and I rode our bikes. I think it was 700 miles, 100 miles a day for 7 days through Colorado. And I got to listen to George Hincapie, who is a professional cyclist, speak. And I've never forgotten this. This is really interesting. He's not a particularly interesting guy. He's just a professional cyclist, and professional cyclists are just a different breed. And he said, you need to remember, to all of us amateurs, you need to remember, he said, you and I feel the same pain you feel pain and I feel pain. We are feeling the same amount of pain. I just feel pain at a different level or a different time than you feel pain. You might feel pain 5 minutes in. I might feel pain 5 hours in, 5 hours in, but we still feel the same amount of pain. So it's the same thing Carrie was talking about. We're drawing the line at different spots, but we're all feeling that same pain at some point.
Oh, everybody gets headaches when they quit eating sugar. You're not special. You're not special because you weigh 250 pounds. If you're 110 pounds and you do it, you're going to have the same kind of pain. Cristy, that is excellent. I've never heard you say that before.
Yeah, I just remembered that that he had said that. Everybody,
Wow.
all of us, he said, don't think that I don't feel any pain. I feel a tremendous amount of pain when I'm riding the Tour de France. He said, but I just feel it at a different time than when you're riding across Colorado like this, doing 100 miles a day. So I don't know. It just kind of, but that went along well with drawing the line because there is no difference. I just draw my line at 5 pounds over my goal weight or 10 pounds over my goal weight. Carrie and I battle with we have the same amount. We weigh almost exactly the same. And we have the same kind of line that we draw, and you will draw your line at some point, the same thing everybody has a line. They'd like, as long as I don't have to cut my foot off, like you said. I mean, everybody has their own line. Well, I've got a pair of leather pants on right now that you guys can't see. As long as the leather pants fit, I'm fine. I mean, so it's just funny how I'm not on TLC, but I have that same line that those ladies have.
And let me tell you, supermodels out there. I mean, I've never been a supermodel, but I've heard they exist on cigarettes. Some of them are very healthy. But some of them that, back in the day were smoking cigarettes and drinking Diet Coke all day long, and they're anorexic. They go up 5 pounds. Boy, they don't eat for days until they go back down. So everyone's like, oh my God, to them. But we've all done fin. Hello, gastric surgery. Hello. I'm no different. I'm no different than the model drinking Diet Coke and smoking cigarettes. It's just, I just chose a different weapon. So why not choose something that can get you? I am no different. I am no different. And I just think we judge in our diet culture. We really do. We judge, well, at least I didn't have gastric bypass. Well, at least I didn't, do meth. What do you think phentermine is? I mean, it's
exactly.
It's an amphetamine. But anyway, all that to say is we all choose different weapons, but it's the same concept of where you draw your line and what you're willing to do about it. And all we're saying at Code Red is, yeah, you need to have a line, and yeah, you need to get healthy. And we're offering you the easiest hard way. It's going to be hard, but it's the easiest hard way to get your life under control and be healthy and enjoy your life.
And if you can tackle this now, instead of waiting until your 60s, 70s, 80s, it will be easier. If you can, and if not only just tackle the weight, like actually get the weight off, but actually get it in your mind, get it straight in your mind. Like, oh, I can have the Keebler Elf cookies, but I choose not to because I always ache. My body aches when I do that. So it's not that I can't, it's that I choose not to put that in my body because we believe food holds the power to heal or poison. We choose foods that heal. So if you can get it up in here, then you can, it's so much easier. The sooner you get it up in here, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Once you get that mind shift, like our mom says, once the penny drops in, then it just makes life so much easier. And the penny has to drop in either way. So it can drop in now, or it can drop in 6 months from now. But if you can get on that road faster and just get up and organize that, switch that clothes over, go pee, just do it, tackle that closet, clean out that oven, just get it done. I can hardly sit still though. So I'm kind of a get it done person. You and I are both that way, like just get it done. But there are things that I'll leave. And I'm like, why are you leaving that drawer? I can feel you walk past it and look at it and hate. It's the same thing. If you're walking past the mirror and you're looking at yourself, it's time to reevaluate. And what small thing can you do today? What can you do today to make this journey easier for you?
Yeah. Instead of putting it off and waiting, then do something right now, which we suggest could be your water. And if you need more help, definitely get in the Code Red network where we have lots of help for you. We have the 10-pound takedown. We have the 7-day total body reset. We have the podcast. I have over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. A video drops every day. It's absolutely incredible. So much support. We have daily before and after pictures. We have daily inspirational messages that I'll send you. We have so many programs out there for you. Some of them are paid programs. Some of them are free. That just a ton of resources, but a one-stop shop in the Code Red network. Go to coderedlifestyle.com/APP. You can access that from your desktop or your laptop or your mobile device. So it's very versatile, and we're here for you and we love you, but don't wait because it doesn't get easier.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. We love you guys. We cannot wait to see you in the Code Red network, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Thanks for listening to this episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. If you're not subscribed already, please be sure to do that right now. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you could do me a quick favor and rate and review this podcast. That would be just so helpful. Speaking of help, let me know if I can help you. Go to coderedlifestyle.com, check out my programs, and see what we can do for you. Until next time, Rebel on.